Welcome to another episode of the Butterfly Mindset Podcast.
Left late night, what a mess. We woke up and we're still obsessed. Can't keep it straight night and day. We keep it classy, still we stay.
Welcome to another episode of the Butterfly Mindset Podcast. Today I have Nicole Gary. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Thanks
for
so
having
much.
Me.
I was so stoked when we met the other day. I was so stoked about the butterflies and everything that we were talking about. I was like, we really need to dive deep into the story.
Absolutely. I even wore my wings today.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I always look like my whole point of this podcast is like, I think success breeds success. So like, I want to share how you got to where you're at, and then like how you think, right? And like how you actually built this thought process. So give a little backstory about where you're at right now.
Yeah, so I've been in the business in Manhattan for about 14 years. So got there through a lot of hard work, a lot of ups and downs, and started for many years in a family business, kind of custom window treatments, built a great database, networked my whole life, and decided one day after 2008, you know what, like didn't want to be in the family business, wanted to do my own thing. So just paid off all my debt with less than $3,000 to my name. I quit my full-time job, got my real estate license, and said there's no make it or break it, there's only make it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, so you quit your job before you got your license?
I got my license,
and then you're
quit
just
my
like,
job
see you
as soon as I got it. And my dad's like, "Are you crazy? I'm not going to help you. You're on your own." I said, "Don't worry, I'm not going to need the help."
Oh my gosh.
And here I am.
And you were how old at that time?
I was 29.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so now like rewind back, because right now you're selling multi-million dollar properties in the city. You're absolutely crushing it. But like, let's rewind to even before that, when you're talking about, you were working in window treatments.
Yeah, high-end custom window treatments, motorized blinds, draperies.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like home automation systems. It was fun.
And so and that was a family business?
It was a family business. My dad started from scratch, from the ground up, manufactured, sold, but our clientele was the top 1% in Manhattan. So as a kid, I would go to work with my dad, and everything I always had, I had to work for. Nothing was given to me.
Yeah.
So he taught me hard work, good work ethic, but I also got to see the most incredible real estate in Manhattan. So I'd go through floor throughs on Park Avenue, duplexes on Fifth Avenue, like townhouses with this fresco and all, just beautiful murals.
Wow.
And my dad used to say to me, "Normal people don't live like this." And I said, "Watch me." Don't tell me I can't do something, because I'll go tenfold.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So now fast forward, you say, hey, screw, window treatments. I'm going all in on real estate.
Yeah.
What was that like? Why did you choose real estate? Like, what was that thought process?
Great question. So I always loved homes. I loved interior design. I was in and out of them all the time, and I was really good at sales.
Yeah.
Like in high school, I would telemarket. I worked at a financial institution in high school. I pretended I was in 12th grade, I was in 11th, and I'd get like the most amounts of appointments, inviting people to free investment seminars. So I knew I was good with people, I was good at sales, I loved homes, and I wanted something more.
Yeah.
I saw how hard my dad worked, but at the end of the day, I saw a bigger opportunity in real estate, and I wanted to build something of my own.
Wait, so what was the telemarketing? How did you end up there?
So I actually worked there was a company, I'm not going to say the name, but basically it was a walking distance from my dad's house, and I lived with my dad in high school. So I was like, I want to get a job. I'm not going to go work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And so basically it was right next to McDonald's, and I heard that if you're a senior in high school, you could have a telemarketing job, and you made like $10 an hour back then, which was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then every appointment you set to invite people to free investment seminars, you got a bonus. So I walked in, this is like, you probably wouldn't remember this, but before cell phones, and you had to actually dial the numbers. It's like, "Hi, it's Lauren. Hi, it's Michelle. Hi, it's Jessica." I'd make up names, and I would get the most people to come to these seminars.
Oh my gosh.
And then what happened, I was supposed to go to college, because I was graduating 12th grade, but I was in 11th. So the next year, the woman who ran the place called my dad. She's like, "By the way, your daughter's great, but I don't understand. Why does she want to work here again?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, she's going to go to community college." So I started working there again, but then I got a job for a mortgage company. I think I made $15 an hour.
Yeah.
But it was great because I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was good with people, and it taught me to not be scared of the phone and the person on the other side.
So you were cold calling.
Oh yeah, it was totally cold calling.
And when you got into the real estate business, did you build it by cold calling?
I called through my own database. I cold called different buildings. I had this vision board when I started of 157, which was the first building built on Billionaires Row. And one of my first luxury listings was 25 Columbus Circle, but my whole cubicle was filled with this elegant looking woman, like with Central Park in the background and this 30-something million dollar apartment. And that was my vision board. So I was like, I'm going to cold call. I'm going to find people to buy in this building. It was a new development back then. Long story short, I ended up selling that apartment a few years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Which is a
That's
really cool
awesome.
story. But yeah, I cold called. I just said, all right, I'm going to focus. If I had a client who wanted something, I was like, I'm going to call every single person in that building.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so do you think that, I mean, obviously it did, right? But like what did you learn from the cold calling as a junior and senior in high school that like translates into real estate?
Don't be scared of the person on the other end. If somebody rejects you, so what? Go to the next one.
Yeah.
So, hang up. Okay, out of 100 people you call, you're going to get a hold of one person and close that one, and that's all that matters. But I think that fear of rejection is what most people are scared of.
100%.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like a lot of people, they want to be successful, but they're not willing to like put themselves out there enough to do it, right?
That's it. You have to do the work.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I know where your business is now. I like did so much research on it. Like you're absolutely crushing it. What I thought was really impressive is our conversation last night. Like the fact that you've gone through a lot over the last 7-8 years.
Yeah.
And running a very successful business over the last 7 to 8 years was probably mentally insane. I mean, you're probably going insane, right?
Well,
like,
it was actually
how do you deal with
the
that?
best thing that I had. So I think I shared with you, I lost my late husband.
Yes.
And I didn't even share this last night, but I had to move out of our loft like before I even buried him. It was a crazy situation. So like I had to pack up, didn't even have a place to live.
Yeah.
A friend who gave me a place, which was amazing. But I was in the office the day after I buried him. And my team was like, why are you here? Like, what am I going to do? Sit home in someone else's bed and like mourn? Or like this drove me and it actually helped me to like move on and just keep going because I had to wake up. I had to make money. I had a team to support. I had clients to support. I had a business to run. So I had a reason to get up every single day and go do what I do. Yeah, it was that purpose. I think that helped me like heal. And I think it also helped me just keep moving forward and putting one foot in front of the other. Where like, I might have not been happy when I woke up every day, but I had a purpose and I had a place to go and I had people to help and I had something that I was passionate about. And I was only about 2 years in the business or so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, 2 years when I met him. This was like 5 years into the business.
Yeah.
So I was just getting to that like tipping point of, all right, things are great. I had this great team. And then and then my director of operations actually called me to quit the morning of his funeral. So that was fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I think all of that, you have to just overcome every obstacle and keep moving forward.
What is that overcome though? Like I get like, okay, I went to work, blah, blah, blah. This is my purpose because I have like, what is that thought process like? Like for me, I've dealt with a lot of death and it's like, there's like a big why, right? And it's like, was the why the clients and the customers or was it survival? Like what?
It was survival. And I don't think I realized it at the time, but it really was. It's like, how am I going to, get an apartment? Like, how am I going to keep my business running, pay salaries, like keep all of this moving? And so it was survival mode, I think, at the time. But in my mind, it was, I have clients to help. And it wasn't until about the end of 2021 when everything came back for me, thankfully. It was like post-COVID. I bought a place in Miami and I remember standing there on my terrace and looking down and going, wait, this is mine? It was a beautiful place. I only dreamed of living in a place like this. And I looked up and I called a friend and she said, for the first time in so long, you're out of survival mode. And it was an amazing feeling. And I didn't realize that I was there for so long until I sat and reflected on it at that moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Amazing, actually.
Yeah.
It felt really good. And I was like, okay, now what's next?
Yeah.
Because I think it was that survival mode that kept me moving and so passionate. And like COVID happened a little while after and then build everything up, like just as things were getting back to, flowing business wise. So after that, it was like, wait, I actually did this. I bought this place on my own.
That's
and
amazing.
It was a really interesting kind of moment in my life. It was just like a defining point.
Yeah. So what was like your day-to-day as like all of this is going on? Like a lot of people, they go through like traumatic experiences, right? But like then it's how do you actually overcome it? Like what is your process? I think what you said, I had no choice. It was survival mode. I got up, I went to work.
Yeah.
Right? And when I think about that, I think about choice, right? Like you just actively are making the choice to show up on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Like, was there anything else?
Yeah, I think for me there wasn't, and I think for most people it's like you make a choice every morning. You either get out of bed or you stay there.
Yes.
You get out of the house or you don't. And for me, there was only one choice, and it was I'm a person who always like perseveres, moves forward, no matter what obstacle gets in my way. So was it hard? Yeah, it was really difficult. I remember mornings, I'm like, I don't even know how my clothes. I'd like go through a chest of things I just had with me, and I was like, oh, I have to get to the office, and everything seemed really difficult. Like I barely ate for a few weeks. And it was hard. And I remember getting there, and I had this amazing intern who I was like, what am I going to do? My director of ops quit. I'm like, this is all a mess. And I didn't even know my interns' names at the time. And one's like, can I apply for the position? I'm like, what's your name? And he was amazing, like literally like super wonderful. Like I remember we won this helicopter ride around the city, and like he actually helped me get through those few months. I didn't even realize it.
Wow.
And then I had like these interns that summer, and one ended up being like my little sister, like helped me put my life back together.
Wow.
And I think it was those little things, it was just those steps that like for me there was no sitting in bed, but like even if it took me an hour to get up in the morning, which isn't normal, I still got up. And I still went to the office every day no matter what.
Sounds like you like truly cared about your people. What I just keep hearing is like, I had to take care of my interns, I had to take care of my team, I had to make sure everybody, like, all this is happening, but like, I have to do this, which is like, so I lost my dad when I was really young, and it was like my mom, my uncle, my grandma, my uncle, and my dad all in the same year.
Wow, that's a lot to handle.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
My mom started working 6 jobs to keep the house over her head. And she did it because she had to, right? Like it was the same thought process. Like I was talking to someone about it last night, and I think there's 2 ways that like when this happens, right? Like when you hit these traumatic experiences, it's either like you go and you lay in bed and you stay in bed, and which is totally fine. Like that, how you process traumatic experience is totally fine. Or you get up and you're like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
It
looks like it seems like your mom is one of those people who's like, I gotta go.
Well, and it taught me so much about hard work, and just realizing that like I had to make a choice on a daily basis if I want to win in anything.
Yeah.
If I want to be successful in anything, it's like I had to make that choice, right? So you made that choice. I think one of your first posts, like $49 million home that you just sold or something like that.
We actually have it on the market. It's about to be finished.
It's going to be sold.
4 weeks. It's going to be sold soon for that price.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty phenomenal.
Or more.
Yeah, exactly.
How did that come up?
So great question. So a lot of my business, as I said, was referrals from other agents actually. So an agent actually from New Jersey, so I used to teach a lot of classes. I used to teach like how to win the luxury listing, how to network with high net worth individuals, because I loved it. Yeah. And in turn, it brought me all this business, all this referral business. So I remember actually our friend Kevin Servant said to me after, he's like, you have to get up. He's like, and you need to like go speak again. So I remember like my first speaking engagement after that was in Jersey. I feel like I was barely alive, but somehow I did it and it made me feel good. But an agent actually referred me a client just before COVID. They had like a $4 million budget. Long story short, during COVID, I found them something great, like 13.5. They decided to put over 20 million into it. I like walked them through the whole process. New York City at that point, it was like crackheads and homeless people. I like took a video outside. I'm like, are you sure you want to buy this? Because they never saw it. I'm like, this is what's going on in the block. They're like, yeah, we want it. Amazing. I took care of them, literally like soup to nuts, like whatever they needed. I got to shovel the snow every day. Like my team would go meet the elevator person for the inspection. I really went above and beyond because that's what I do. And after this whole renovation, I got them, the architect, designer, etc. They're like, you're the only person that's going to sell this house. Like, you've been amazing. My client was like the nicest, most humble person. She's like, Nicole, seriously? She goes, you could rule the world. She's like, you're amazing. And you're the only one that's going to take care of this. So it's those relationships and really just like knowing that I'm going to do the best and like giving them that high-end customer service. So like, she had a baby. I got them like a cute little Hermes gift, just being authentic and knowing like, or making people trust me and know that like I'm gonna get the job done. I'm gonna sell that for 49 million.
Yeah, 100%. I think like it's always so funny because whenever we talk about luxury, right? Like people are like, I want to sell luxury real estate, and I'm like, how are you gonna get into the luxury market? And they're like, well, you know, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And I'm like, it's literally about relationships. The highest price point that I've ever sold is always about someone that I met probably 5 years ago. Right? Like, and it's over time that you build these relationships, because at the end of the day, like, it's trust.
Yeah. People want to work with people they know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's also, I think luxury is the experience, right? So it's not just the price point, but it's the experience you give them, like going above and beyond, no matter what the price point is, but giving that experience. Like this particular client wanted a reservation at Carbone it was like Thursday night. I was like, you know what, I can actually get that for you, because it's very difficult to do in New York, and I got them that reservation. So it's that experience you give them that really is luxury. And like, then they're going to refer you to friends and other clients, et cetera. So I think that's the most important part of it, and how I built my business.
I love that.
Yeah.
I have a couple more questions for you, because I know I got to get you out of here so you can reach your flight.
Yes,
so you get to your flight. So
gotta get back to New York.
I know. I'm like speeding through it.
Thanks.
First question is, where can people connect with you?
Great question. So I'm on Instagram at Nicole Gary NYC. I'm my email, Nicole@thenicolegaryteam.com. But I love the Instagram part of it, because we get to really know each other, and people like to watch what's going on in my life and business wise, and they get to see amazing, fun listings. So thanks for asking.
Awesome. And then my second question is someone's going through a traumatic experience. They just really started building momentum in their business, and then something takes a curveball.
Yeah.
What piece of advice would you give them?
Great question. Keep moving. So no matter what it is, and no matter how sad you are, even if it's like 5 or 6 hours a day, if it's 2 hours, do something to keep moving forward every single day. I remember like having these big lists, and like they felt overwhelming. But I really recognized that if I did like 5 or 6 things on that list every day instead of 30, I at least accomplished something. So for everyone who is going through that, even if you check one thing off of your list every day, that's one step in the right direction.
It's the little things.
Yeah.
It's the butterfly effect.
Yes,
little things make big change.
Exactly. They really do.
Awesome. I appreciate you so much for making time and being on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was great.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Perfect.